Yes, welcome to the Jamaican Young Police Channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers and Patreon members. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to today's video.
Yes, Chris, good afternoon. We're not giving nothing fit to them, man. Whole late to them boring, man. Can't get no lesson to learn off, man. Do if and even one man, send me make you can, learn off it because you'll teach you everything where I go on and make you up to date and make me wise. I never know certain things happen in this country if you never wise up. I'm going alone, me listen to so I have nowhere else to go. You understand? I'm not even listen to the next police because I'm not, boy, you're straightforward. Straightforward, no hide and see. So do. If I even one, send me for your day, man, do. Because I have a day home all day, I have nothing to listen to. Do, Chris, do.
Well, we thank that subscriber for his voice note. So that's why we're playing, letting you guys hear it. We didn't release any video on Friday due to one and two look at things. Normally we give the audience at least 2 or 3 videos per day. But today, was Friday, so we just decided, to take a break. But as you can see that, some of our audience members, complain, they wanted video, so we're gonna make sure that we keep delivering as much as we can. So, I don't know if you ever heard of Stockholm Syndrome. Not most people have ever heard of Stockholm Syndrome, but we'll soon explain it to you. So once you, a police officer, a young police officer had sent this video to me. And, he says that, as we said, everything has to do with politics, whether or not you want to believe it. Politics play an integral role in your life. Even the way that you have sex, you understand what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter how you want to think. Politics, it play a significant role in shaping people's lives in a democratic society like Jamaica. So you have to understand that political decisions impact everything from the economy and healthcare to education, infrastructure, law and order, and even how people behave. You understand? Yes, everything. So politics around everything. So whether or not you want to believe, even the uncat man who get the cases, MSAC had taxed them back in the days, and it's when the Labour took over, they stopped taxing them. You understand? So, and then even the vendors and all kind of things. So politics shape your life. So it's so by informing the public about these issues, the Jamaican Young Police Channel is doing an essential service for the Jamaican people and those in the diaspora. As we stated before, we didn't went to any big university or anything like that, or any big school back in Jamaica. We went to St. Mary's College, the same school that Boots Stewart attended, and we can think for ourselves. You understand? We know the difference between wrong and right, and we cannot be bought. No one can buy us. Yes, they have tried and failed several occasions, because guess what? We have a thing I call ethics, morality, decency, and we have a conscience. Yes. Once you're for sale, then you know that anything goes. But we are not for sale here at the Jamaican Young Police Channel. No, you can't buy it. You understand? No, not us. Not even when we were a police officer. Yes. So that's the reason why we don't like thieving police officer. Police officer can't make money without thieving. And there's so many ways out there, but because they join the police force with this concept that they join the force to get rich and don't want to work hard. So access to truthful information is essential for our citizens to make informed decisions and hold their government accountable. So it is commendable that you are committed to listening and absorbing the truth, regardless of who might upset. But this is vital to upholding your patriotic duty and empowering Jamaicans to work towards a better country. So we're just gonna give you some additional thoughts when it comes on to about your life, cause everything so as they would want it to make you feel like, especially people in Jamaica and in the diaspora, that the crime problem in Jamaica is the little man that is firing the gun, which is far from the truth. He's just a little part of the puzzle. The bigger part of the puzzle are the elected officials and the elites. The elitists. But they are the real criminals in Jamaica, The little man that is firing the gun and killing each other, that's a distraction. And that could be solved a long time. Because we used to have a law called the Suppression of Crime Act that make Jamaican people safe. And the PNP, when they came back in power in 1989, they dismantled that law. It was enacted and signed into law by Michael Manley in less than 48 hours after they had killed his friend Leo Henry, the owner and CEO of Modern Furnishing and Slipen Wood. That's east to where I am from. So we're going to give you some additional thoughts about, how politics affect your life. So, we have to focus on facts and avoid bias. At times, all of us as human beings, we are biased in some way or the other. If we like somebody or we like something, we tend to be biased. But we at the Jamaican Young Police Channel, we try to avoid being biased. But some people might say that we are biased because we are speaking the truth. But we don't care about who wants to be upset when we speak the truth, because the truth is just the truth. And we're not carrying any water for anyone over here. We are not beholden to the JLP government or the PNP criminal organization. We cannot be bought. We have no ties to the Jamaica Labour Party. And we have no ties to the PNP criminal. We have no ties. We know people. Most of the people that we know, they are aligned to the PNP criminal organization and the philosophy. Even family member who ran in an election this week. Yes, we never talk about him, or you understand, he was originally a PNP at heart. He and the PNP fall out, then him switched to Labour right now. He and the Labour right fall out, so back to the PNP. We don't promote him or anything like that, because we here is just all about the truth. As we said, that there's two party. One is a criminal organization and the other is a political party. A political party have ideas. So the PNP have no ideas. All they know is to just create criminals and destroy people's life. Just like how you see that they have done with that little young boy, Lamar Gray. And I understand that this was $5,000 he had gotten to go on that. I didn't know that you have to pay people to go on these. Yeah, so they have to pay these people to go on these political motorcade. That's where that 15-year-old murderer lost his life. Yes, so that's how the PNP love. They love to create criminals, murderers. And if you look, remember, it's 98% of them are in prison. 98% of the population in Jamaica are PNP criminal organization supporters, and 2% are JLP supporters. So just look at the numbers, so you can see who are the people who are committing the crimes in Jamaica. So so here are some additional thoughts when it comes on to our political politics shape your life. So we at the Jamaican Young Police Channel, our job is to focus on facts and avoid bias. So we strive to present information neutrally and objectively, letting the facts speak for themselves. But this will build trust and credibility with the audience. Some people will say that we are biased. We are not biased. It's truth. If you see the truth as biased, well, so be it. But the truth is the truth, and the truth should not be, be biased. You understand? We have said things about both political party, and we have been even more we have said more damaging things about the Jamaica Labour Party, especially with some members up by the FLA, like Shane Tukuman Darling and Vybz Kartel. Yes, because we have, requests that the State Department that they took away their visas because these people hate police with a passion. They don't like police officers, both of them. So we try to, at all times we provide context where people understand how political issues connect to their daily lives, and this will make the information more relevant and engaging. We encourage civic engagement and inform the public about how they can get involved in political process, such as voting, enacting, contacting their representative, attending public meetings. You have to understand, sir, it's the same when it comes on to even with the police force, that they play a huge role in it because it's politics again. Everything in your life in Jamaica is politics and in the world. So the only time politics is not going to affect your life is when you're dead. Once you're alive, it affects you. Even if you do not partake or vote. If you're not a participant or someone who's willing to be a patriot and exercise your rights, whether you do it or not, it's still going to affect you. So especially if you do not vote and things happen, don't complain. Just suck it up. That's how we are saying. So we want you to listen to, so if you look at your LCD, you will see that it's Bigger Ford than Vybz Kartel. And it is alleged that Bigger Ford there. Now, Bigger Ford is the man that's responsible for tampering at the cell phone for Vybz Kartel because he had it in his custody. So we want you to listen to this, what Bigger Ford is saying. This is election day. And how ironic CVM TV was able to meet up with him and they did an interview. So you watch, you listen, and you decide. And then we'll get back to Bigger Ford and tell you why he's like that. And explain Stockholm Syndrome to you. You guys. You watch, you listen, you decide.
We can't lose. Because, you know why we can't lose? Because we want to empower the people so that the JLP government, led by Mr. Andrew Onis and Madam Babsy Grange, two persons who know very good, that need to reopen back Girls Town. We don't need to do a feature on Girls Town, We don't have nowhere in this constituency where we can train young people. And Girls Town has been closed now over 5 years, which is led by a man named Errol Miller.
Yes.
Yeah.
Said what?
Him is a bag of joke. So him need to go.
So you need something for the female, something for the...
Yeah. We need both because we want to train young people and empower them.
Mm-hmm. And as a police officer, retired police officer, I know you're concerned. I think crime is always the top of people's agenda. How you feel about that?
Yeah.
Like, what's happening?
The police doing a good job with the crime, but it can be much better if Mr. Chang stop talk and give the police them the resources and pay the police them. We will have a crime-free country.
So you think resources is the problem?
Yeah, man, resources is the problem and equipment. How if you know modern day police and we don't even have a spotter? A spotter is an instrument where when gunshot fire in the community we can locate it. We need more CC camera, we need more spotter, and them need to give more money to intelligence and resources.
Were those some of the problems that you...
Yeah, man.
And still is now.
Yeah, man, but here what no, I'm not telling lie, you can't come kill me. When the white man them did them out, you get the resources. It's a good little while me leave them, so I know it's supposed to turn up, things supposed to get better. But if If them put more resources, we can do much, much better.
All right, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
man, and you have a great day.
Of course.
Blessed.
Of course.
And time come.
Yeah, so we're gonna tell you now, to show you. Yeah, we know bigger food know as well. Yes, because we're a street cop. You understand? Street detective. So we're gonna tell you now. Yes, bigger food is one of those police who is suffering from Stockholm syndrome. And you'll be like, why I said that? Yeah, Stockholm syndrome is a psychological phenomenon where hostages or victims of kidnapping develop positive feelings, empathy, and even loyalty towards their captors. This bond between captor and captive is typically considered irrational and may involve the victim defending or siding with those who have subjected them to harm. And the reason why I'm saying this, I'm going to tell you some things that the PMP criminal organization have done to the Jamaican Constabulary Force and its members. Disrespecting, but because, as a year we tell about Stockholm Syndrome. So listen now. So the term Stockholm Syndrome originated from a bank robbery in Stockholm, Sweden in 1973. So during the incident, hostages began to form emotional connections with their captors. Despite the captors' abusive behavior, some hostages defend their actions, and after the ordeal, some even express desire to maintain contact with their captors. I saw it going on with Stockholm Syndrome people. I saw most of the police them still. So we're going to tell you, we're show you, reason why we tell us even bigger food. No really because, mean to say because somebody intelligent, or educated means to them smart. Means that because somebody is educated means they're intelligent. As a year says people, with Stockholm Syndrome. You understand? So several factors may contribute to the development of Stockholm Syndrome. So I want to tell you. So, because I only work we have to do this, so perceived threat to survival. The victim believe the captor has the power to harm or kill them, and developing positive relationship between might be seen as a survival strategy. So the reason why most of the police them do it like that, because they're afraid of the PMP when they're in a power, because they're afraid. Because they know it's a criminal organization, they're afraid they will get them killed. As we have done a video before of Detective Inspector Derek Powell, who's from my community at Jonestown. And he was out there by Rockfort. He's a very close friend of Danai Williams and Philip Palwell. I don't know what he has done to them. If you know the term meaning brockfoot in Jamaica, it's something the fear or something. And boy, I tell you something about Derek Powell. So boy, I tell you, man, I don't know how them did. So, so Derek Powell now, he was transferred from Rockfort straight to Olympic Garden because he has done something wrong to Danai Williams and Philip Palmer, that's a member of Parliament. And they decided they were going to kill him. And they, Ox, Donovan O'Connor, and Derek Cowboy Knight, they had gotten paid to kill him. And I knew before and that they were going to kill him, but they shot him in the head and he was able to survive. Derek Powell. But you cannot tell him anything about these people that tried to kill him. So that's how it is. So, it's just a survival strategy for them. But for me, I was totally different because I could not be bought. So I wasn't friends with none of these people because I know that they are corrupt. You understand? Because once you're friends with these people, you have to be corrupt, So small kindness. Captors occasionally show kindness or a lack of extreme violence, creating confusion in the victim's mind and leading them to focus on these positive actions. So what the PMP do now, the PMP do all kind of things to them, and then them feel like, because them already, it's already cement already in them brain. So boy, them ban PMP and them are dead PMP. But then it was red, before it changed from red to orange. Because red was the color for the PMP. and green was the color for the GLP. So back then, in the late 70s, 1980, if you haven't read, and well, most of the killing them that had happened, most of the PMP them were doing the killing, because they are the majority in the garrisons in the Kingston metropolitan area. So the reason why they are like this is just because that these are people who are semi-literate. They can count money, but otherwise they cannot have a conversation, and they cannot have a meaningful or a civil discussion without getting angry, and that are dead if you're dead. That's the first thing. As them start get angry, there's nothing else in them vocabulary or them vernacular, but all the first thing them say, you must dead. So isolation. Victims may be isolated from external perspective, making it harder to make a realistic view to their situation and the captors action. So no matter what the PMP do them, the PMP freeze them pay for 4 years, them sign, trust me, just listen. I'm sure the police them fully there. The police them a 4 year, the police them find 0% increase in wages when the PMP in power. And them never complain, and that we never have no pandemic or anything like that, and they never go down to the court, Supreme Court, and say they want their money, and so the PMP. 0% increase in the history of Jamaica. I will tell you, the PMP don't know for grow the economy, and that's one of the biggest problems. So imagine for 4 years, you are work, inflation, everything will go up, and European will go up, and the people who represent you at the police federation, them say, boy, the government now the money, and you still vote for keep the same people them there, whilst the politician them, and them will get raised up here. That's to show you how them stay there. So that's why I tell you, say the police and the members them have Stockholm syndrome. Most of them. 4 years, we never have no pandemic or anything like that, and they never have no problem getting no raise up here. And when the government was willing to give them 3 years money, them take the government to court and get zero, because there was none. The government said, we are going to 3 years money. 3 years. And Rowan James said, no, we don't want it to go to court because I'm a PMP. I saw them stay. Them I think. Some would have rather the 3 years than go down to the court, and then them use the people them like some idiot. But guess what? Them same one we vote back for them, and the same vote buying where the PMP have done, it happening in a police force too. So you know what? The commissioner of police them them for make certain, even that them have laws against it in a police force, Anybody that try to buy nobody vote for go to jail. Because buy vote all in a police force in a federation. So perceived lack of escape. If victims believe there is no way to escape, they might adapt to coping mechanism of forming a connection with their captors. So that's the way most of the police them do in a police force. So that's why you see them run behind politicians. Because that's where them. Yeah, so you don't think that the police them would be independent thinkers, but they are not. They are not independent thinkers. They are still suffering from Stockholm syndrome. So it is important to note that Stockholm syndrome is a complex and controversial concept. Not all experts agree on the prevalence or significance. Some argue that it's over simplifies the psychological responses to trauma, while others believe it's a valid explanation in some instances. So we use the term metaphorically to describe individuals who, in our opinion, support or emphasize with the PMP criminal organization, and we consider it harmful. So while the concept is traditionally associated with hostage situation, it is sometimes used metaphorically to describe situations where people appear to support or emphasize with entities or ideology that may not have their best interests at heart. Yeah, like the PMP criminal organization. Oh, you are police and you are work for 4 years and you sign wage 0% increase. There's nothing in a maths, pre-calculus or even regular maths. There's nothing that we have 0% increase. Zero. There's nothing in 0% increase. And if police said yes and sign it for 4 years, and you understand, it's 4 years, zero. And none I remember them never have no problem with it. And we didn't have a pandemic. The same people them and the same thieving police them, yes. The Rowan James and Bulldog Wilson and them do it in a all of them are PNP criminal organization supporter. What's in it for me? And them sign it and the same people them, the same delegates them in the police force. Yeah man, boy, I'm my party, so them say them now the money, I'm rolling it. As if there's any honest liar. You understand? So I just saw it go. So they, them sympathize with them. So it is sometimes used metaphorically to describe situation where people appear to support their sympathize with entity and ideology that may not have their, and the PNP no look out for them. So a police officer who's a member of the Jamaican had sent the video to us here at the Jamaican Young Police Channel with former colourful crime fighter detective SSP Colonel Biggerford, being interviewed by one of Jamaica's police biggest enemies and poor people enemy too. Poor people enemy, yes. CVM TV asking him a few questions and he addressed to CM. And you hear him say, at the end him say, boy, time come. So time come for what? You understand? When time come for? And him say them are win. Anyway, they lost the election. Yes, they lost it 7-5. But you can't tell the voter them say them not winning. So them a pull a Donald Trump stunt in a Jamaica. But so them are try them way for bully them way for become government. So Andrew Holness make him stay there and wake up and smell the coffee and realize him a deal with some terrorists. Because them have the gun them, So watch, you can't stay there. And, election done a time forget the guns, and you know where they are in Jamaica. So we'll tell you something now about Biggerford now. So Biggerford is a man who should have been kicked out of the Jamaica Constabulary Force in 1989. After the PNP criminal organization won the general election and defeated the Law and Order Party and its leader, Edward Siaga, by raising his fist in the air and marching with PNP supporters, and was on the front page of the Jamaica Gleaner. Yes, Biggerford in 1989. I was a young police then, all over. But you don't know, you want thing with the PNP, you can't shame them. And them any crime, them find a PNP, you can't commit any crime and get away with it when them in a power. So at the time, Biggerford was a detective sergeant. There are rules, laws and regulations that govern members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. And you're not supposed to be a peer to show that you're politically aligned or even a political leaning towards a political party. You're supposed to be neutral. Because your job requires you supposed to be neutral. But Biggerford was able for all there. And him fist in her ear in the front of the Jamaica Gleaner for sure say him a PNP, police. Michael Manley won the election. Then they got a corrupt man and nothing happened to him. So if the rules and regulation that they have in the Jamaica Constabulary Force, Biggerford would have been kicked out of the force of 1989. So they only be talking about Biggerford, retire as a SSP. You understand? So, so there was no disciplinary charges against Biggerford. Although his actions were against the Jamaica Constabulary Force policies, rules, regulation, and all members of the police force conduct themselves publicly. I respect him. Yeah, I respect Biggerford. Yeah, as a crime fighter, as he shares the same philosophy as I do in sending criminals straight to the departure lung. One thing with him, you can't give him credit for that and them thing there. We have the same. We come from same background and we share the same thing. But the only thing is that now we're totally different because I don't have Stockholm syndrome. So however we differ on so many things. Although both of us are from neighboring communities that are predominantly PNP communities as young men and a police officer, I do not see the PNP criminal organization as a political party or one that love the poor to make their lives better, but as a party to keep the poor ignorant, passive, and like organic robots. The reason why I say that, they have never encouraged or implored youths to read. The only youths you see that these politicians elevate in our PNP communities are people who kill people, Dons like Danville Palmer, George Pang and the likes. And just like and the same youth, Lamar Gray, the 15-year-old murderer that killed Cracks, his aunt's boyfriend, and you can see Mark Golding went and visit Lamar Gray. That's chicken back mother and father, Luch and Duchy. So that's how it is. So we have strong opinions about Detective SSP Cornwall Biggerford and his involvement in political activities, particularly with the PNP criminal organization in Jamaica. It's not uncommon for individuals to have different views on politics and actions of public figures. But it's important to note that individuals within law enforcement engaging in political activities can be sensitive, as it may impact public trust and perceived neutrality of the police force. So that's why I say Biggerford, them should have kicked him out from 1989. But they never do that because they don't know a PNP in a power, and for your PNP you get away with anything. I just saw it go. Yeah. As you have heard the police officer in a previous video that you have a death squad that's unspeaking in Primus. Yes, and you understand, and them used to just kill just JLP supporters, murder them. Yes, I'll two man come my station, man, and just scare them and kill them. And nothing happen, because I PNP, I saw it go, You understand? So at 3, and it was 3, they killed one man first. I tell you, the death squad, they killed one man first because the man was stalking, and his pit caught one of the detectives, and him killed the man. Two of the dead man's friend came down to Unspear to protest the killing of their friends, and they may not lose them life. That don't sound like a police station that the man them visit. That sound like some criminal either way. Because a police station and citizens are supposed to feel safe. Imagine your father or brother or neighbor left home to go to the police station and end up at the morgue. That was 1980, PNP in a power because of Michael, man, and that was their job. So all of them murder there, boy, man, I tell you, that is wickedness. That's why I want to support them thing, because we say a life as a life, no matter whether you're a PNP or Labour, we say every Jamaicans have Jamaicans. So that's the reason why I could not support this culture in my community where them say, boy, people are Rima or Labour, so them for dead. No, I never subscribe to that. And I same thing even with the people in Matty Valley. I might despise some of my people in action, but I don't use a brush and say, boy, them for dead. No. Criminal for dead. You understand what I'm saying? I don't, because somebody is some JLP community or no. Honestly, it was all up to me. I am not lying, maybe things that I would have done, people would not approve of it because they would say it's crime against humanity. Because I do believe, that, yeah, most of these PNP most of these PNP communities, although I am from there, they are the ones who are responsible for the crime rate, especially murder. Just look at the electoral map, and you'll see what I mean. If you compare the electoral map with the police statistic, you'll see the safest places where them live in Jamaica. So, moving on. So, Detective SSP Cornwall Biggerford may have been influenced by various factors, including the political climate at the time and internal consideration within the Jamaica Constabulary Force. So, you know, our perspective of the PNP criminal organization, yeah, man, reflects a broader discussion about political ideology and their impact on society. You know, people often have diverse opinion on political parties and their intentions, especially when addressing social and economic issues and crime. Engaging in constructive conversation is valuable to understand differing viewpoints better and find common grounds where possible. As a former member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, here is where I started to dislike the PNP criminal organization. More you listen. That's someone that say, boy, I hate the PNP and this and that. So just hear this now. So here is where I start to dislike the PNP criminal organization, and then now everything just start kicking for me. I was a young police then, you know. So these are some of the things that they have done to police officers, and some of them because they cannot think independently and behave as if they are suffering from Stockholm syndromes, as the people who love their captors are abusers. So here are some of the wickedness that the PNP criminal organization, when they were in power, has done to the police force and its members. The first thing they did was in 1989, they took away immigration from the police force because the PNP party, PNP criminal organization that became the government, stated that too many immigration police officers' children were attending university in America and rubbing shoulders with their children. Straight bad mind that, you know. Yeah, so, you know, this is going to be a 2-part series. So this is part 1 of part 2. I hope you enjoy it, you know, to show you that it's not only the voters in Jamaica who have Stockholm syndrome. As you can see, our police officers and former police officers, they do have Stockholm syndrome too, in which they are very sympathetic to the captors who control their minds. If you love yourself, you know, nobody can control you, period. That's how it is. You know, once you can think independently, most police, them can't. They're just like the same people who's from the community where they're just organic robots, and their loyalties to the PNP criminal organization, irrespective of what they have done to them. You understand? So, you get part 2 shortly. So, stand by. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.